Good evening. Here's what's making headlines tonight. A constitutional crisis in Washington. President Trump takes the unprecedented step of firing a Federal Reserve governor, shaking global markets. Double tragedy in Gaza. The United Nations officially declares famine, while an Israeli strike on a hospital kills 6 journalists, sparking outrage worldwide. Capitol on edge. Armed National Guard troops patrol Washington, D.C. as the school year begins. Also tonight, a trade war between the U.S. and India escalates, Australia expels Iran's ambassador, and the French government teeters on collapse. Stay with us. All the details coming up. We begin in Washington, where President Donald Trump tonight made a move many see as a direct attack on America's economic independence. He has fired Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook, a stunning and unprecedented act that could have far-reaching consequences. Markets dropped immediately on the news, with futures and the U.S. dollar sliding. Experts warn that undermining the Fed's independence could destabilize not only the U.S. economy but also global confidence in the dollar. To Gaza now, where a humanitarian catastrophe reached a horrifying new milestone today. The United Nations officially declared a famine in the territory, the first ever in West Asia, leaving 500,000 people in catastrophic hunger. On the same day, an Israeli strike on the Nasser medical complex killed at least 6 journalists, including staff working for Al Jazeera, Reuters, and the Associated Press. Al Jazeera called it a horrific crime and part of a campaign to silence the truth. Press freedom groups warn when journalists are targeted, the world loses its eyes on war crimes and humanitarian disasters. Quick reminder, if you find this report important, make sure to subscribe and stay with us for global coverage you won't find anywhere else. Back in Washington, the Capitol now resembles a fortress. Thousands of armed National Guard troops patrol the streets under direct orders from President Trump. Officials claim it's to fight emergency crime, but city leaders call it political theater. Local families are fearful as the school year begins. Parents keep children home. Daycares cancel outdoor play, and small businesses are too afraid to open. Critics warn this may be less about crime and more about rehearsing autocracy. The Trump administration's economic policies are sparking turbulence worldwide. The U.S. has slapped 50% tariffs on Indian exports, a move widely seen as punishment for New Delhi's continued purchase of Russian oil. India is preparing retaliation. Meanwhile, France faces near-certain government collapse over a harsh austerity budget. With all major opposition parties uniting against it, analysts say the second-largest economy in the EU could soon face new elections and mass protests. Australia has expelled Iran's ambassador after linking Tehran to anti-Semitic attacks on its soil. Canberra has also labeled Iran's Revolutionary Guard a terrorist organization. Venezuela has deployed 15,000 troops near the Colombian border, while the U.S. sends warships and Marines to the Caribbean, raising fears of confrontation. And in Asia, Japan has lodged a formal protest against China's construction of a new platform in disputed East China Sea waters. In Vietnam, Typhoon Kadiki has killed at least 3, injured 10, and left thousands homeless amid severe flooding in Hanoi. And in Botswana, the health system has collapsed after a funding shortfall, leaving patients without life-saving medicines for cancer, diabetes, and HIV. To recap tonight's top stories, President Trump's showdown with the Federal Reserve, famine declared in Gaza alongside a deadly strike on journalists, and troops patrolling America's capital. It's been a turbulent day, underscoring growing instability both at home and abroad. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for tomorrow's briefing. Good night.